Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and today I'm going to get this hoop coop ready for winter. So, this coop is 2 years old now, or about that, and I previously made these wood panels to go over the ends. In the summertime, I have this completely open with the exception of this one, which is where their roost is. It's attached here, so that's why this one has to stay. Plus it keeps any wind from blowing directly on them a lot of times. But I even take off this plastic that I have over the door, and I went to the clear plastic over the door instead of the wood panels, which I still have wood panels, but it's just so dark in their coop that I wanted to put a little bit of light in there for the winter, so that's why I went with the clear tarp. So, let's see what I have my screwdriver over here. Just kind of see if I can get you in the picture here. Okay. I'm just really trying to eliminate some of these cold spots so they don't get frostbite in the winter. And I can kind of see where it goes. There, that's perfect. That's the other coop making all that noise. So once you have them made the initial time, winterizing them or de-winterizing them in the spring is very quick. Okay, so that's that side. And again, we have airflow above here because you always want to make sure you have airflow in your coops. The door also has a lock on it and a screw holding it in at the bottom. I don't use this in the wintertime. I typically only use this door for cleaning out the coop. So I could put the wheelbarrow right here and, shovel it right in. So that's all there is to winterizing this end. Now I got to go to the other end. I'll catch you down there. Okay, so this is the Plymouth Barred Rocks hoop coop. And I don't know that I'm gonna, it's kind of warm. So the other one is where the north and west winds come from, which is most of the time. I'm a little hesitant about closing up this end yet. Maybe I'll just put them on the bottom and not the top ones yet. Although I leave this door wide open during the day, so that helps. Their coop has darker tarps because I get them from Harbor Freight, which makes it terribly hot in the summer. It helps to keep it a little warmer in the winter when the sun comes out. And their nesting box over here, I bring out of the coop in the summer because it's just so hot in there for them, even when it's all open. So this way it gets a little more airflow. If we don't have rain coming for several days, I even bring it out further so that it gets airflow in the back from the sides. But I'm also going to get that cleaned up today and put back inside for the winter. Looks like they could use a little bit more bedding on the floor. I recently cleaned out this coop so that it would be ready for winter. And then we use the deep pile method so that we continue to add bed shavings throughout the winter. And then I will clean it out again in the spring. So let's go ahead and get the bottoms on the sides. I can even put them on the door since I keep the door open. See if I can remember which side is which. Just need to kind of clean the bedding off the 2x4 on the outside so that the plywood will sit down where it belongs. And what I do is after I make them, I just mark on them what they are. Like this one says run, right side. So I know for sure where they go. We had a coyote attack on this coop back in the late spring, and thankfully, in addition to the chicken wire, I have hardware cloth around the 2 foot on the bottom and on full ends are all hardware cloth. The coyotes had tore off all the tarps. They bit all the straps. The tarps were shredded, and my ladies were safe inside but had no covering. So I freaked out when I got home and saw that. So my hope is next spring, when I replace the tarps, to take everything off. I'll leave the chicken wire on. I'm not going to mess with taking that off. And put hardware cloth over the entirety. Because the one weak area on this coop is the chicken wire. A raccoon or a possum could actually bite through this pretty easy and tear through it and come in the top. And that's what I have inside the coop too. So my hope is, hopefully by then I can afford it, is to get hardware cloth to replace, to go over the entire coop, the sides and the top. Just to make sure that my ladies are safe. It's so sad and so scary when that happens. I was so thankful that they made it okay. And I like to put this little top on here. It's not necessary, but I like to, just because it helps to hold the top piece in place, especially when there's not, you know, I don't have a bottom board other than this to screw it to. Oh, those are outside, so I'll have to get the bottoms in first. also screw them to the cross braces that I had inside. Okay. Are you going to lay me an egg? Okay, since the hens are not on the nest at the moment, I decided to go ahead and get that cleaned up and moved before I finish the end over here. So this is just a nesting box. I know they're bigger than normal. Oh, that I built from scrap. And I have a nice front that goes on here that would decorate it up a little bit to match the top. And then I drilled holes, like doorknob holes, several of them for airflow in the ends and in the back. Actually, the back has a gap about this far across the whole top back inside the nesting box, and that helps them to have a little bit of airflow in there. Because especially, like I said, in the summer, it gets so hot. Okay, so these are sitting on concrete blocks. I need to take out the old bedding. I think I'll just put them in this tub for now. And then get rid of them. Oh, you ain't gonna like it, girls. Mama's gonna mess up your beds. Yeah, see, that even got wet from being out here. Oh, did. I thought it was a good idea because it'd be so much cooler out here, but not where it gets rain in it. Luckily, I have this little foam mat thing in the bottom. Oh, yeah. Take that out and get that dried up, too. Oh, yeah. It definitely needing cleaned out. Luckily, that is siding that is the bottom. It's the top and the bottom. So it didn't rot because it has a protected paint and stuff on it. Oh, girls, your bed's so wet over here. No wonder you're not using this one. No wonder you quit using that one. This is the one they use all the time. And you can see it's very dusty and time to be changed. I change the nesting pads every couple of months. I don't know if I should be changing them a lot more often or... Oh, see, this one's wet in the bottom too. Bless your hearts. Okay, note to self. Next summer I have to put it further under here to make sure rain doesn't get in it. I had it, like I said, out there where airflow would be behind it and everything, which is fine when it's not raining, but obviously when it rains, it goes to the bottom, and I didn't know that it was all wet in the bottom. Okay. So the first thing I need to do now that I got the inside of the nesting boxes cleaned out is turn this up on end so I can get the concrete blocks out from underneath and get those placed inside the coop. And it's just 2 concrete blocks. I think I'm going to put it down here further in this corner. I always had it in the middle of this wall before, but I think I'm going to put it inside this door. I'm going to leave this top off here for now, and that'll give them a little bit more airflow. I may even think about taking off the bottom on that side. The only problem would be if we get a direct east wind. The coop lays west to east. And that's why I wanted to get that end closed over there, because we get a northwest-west wind and it just blows right in on them. Okay. Just to kind of show you, this is how I drilled the holes in for airflow. And then in the back, they have this area at the top here. Okay. I wonder if I can dump this upside down. Try and get the rest of the dirt out that I didn't get out. And tip it backwards. So it'll go out the back, hopefully. Yeah, pretty good. See if I can find something to, there's a little stick. Then I'll also have some winterization I need to do to their run. Okay, I'll probably have to move their feed and water down so it's not so close to. You gotta wait a minute, there's no nesting stuff material in there, baby. Okay, let's go in further on this side. You're telling me, aren't you? Okay. Oops, you're going to get tangled up in it. Be careful, baby. Oops. Don't make it It's so high you can't get it, huh? Is that the right height, ladies? Let's see if that works. I know, I need to get new nests to put in there. All right. So now I'm going to put nesting boxes, or nesting pads, and I get these on Amazon. These are from Eaton. They're a little bit bigger, square, than a lot of them that I find, and they're a decent price. So I don't know, I think it's $15 for 10 or something like that. I don't remember. But let's bring you inside. So to use these, we just want to fluff up the padding. And I built these awful oversized, so I usually need at least 1.5 per bin. Next time I'll build them smaller. But I thought with it being so hot, it does give them more air than just so tight around them too. And then the second one, I'll just take the stuff off. Nice dry bedding, clean bedding, chicks. Yes, I know. There you go. And they'll get in there and scratch around and make it like they want. Okay. So that is for the inside of the coop. Okay, girls, you have nice clean nesting boxes. Show you inside the nesting boxes. So there's just 4 hens in this coop, and they have the biggest coop and the biggest run out of all of them. Go figure. Okay, so I'll be back in a moment with what we're going to do inside the coop. So as soon as I got out of the way, one of the hens jumped up in her nesting box. So she was waiting for it. Okay, so as far as the chicken run, what I need to do to get it ready for winter is I like to put bark chips down. And this is composting bark over here I have in the wheelbarrow. You probably can't see it. And I'm going to throw it down on the ground. I noticed early this spring, before I put the bark down, you know, when it rains and stuff a lot or snows and melts, it gets slicker than snot. And not only is that not healthy for us as humans, having to worry about slip fall, but the legs can also slip and break a leg. So, My door's sticking. Let's see. I don't know if I can dump this in there. Took it in by wagon and buckets last time. Let's see. Yeah, not really. But I can get in there and shovel it. The chickens are loving scratching up where I moved the nesting boxes from. They just love when I put fresh bark in here and scratching it and stirring it up. Don't you? Oh, you just can't wait for me to get it down, huh? Well, you gotta wait a little bit, girlfriend. For some reason, they like to dig a ditch along the outside rail of the coop. I guess getting bugs. So I'm going to fill that up first. Oh, I know, you'll have this all stirred up in no time. I want to get some sand from the other end of the property and put over here for their dusting. But I have a feeling when they get in this bark, they're going to have it kicked all over. They did last year, or last spring. Well, as you can see, they are absolutely loving it already. I need to go get another load of wheelbarrow of the compost. And then I want to get a couple, at least one or two of the sand in here. Now they may just cover the sand up with this, the way they like to scratch it and dig for bugs, but we'll see. Okay, I think that is enough for now anyway. In this run, I still have about a third of a wheelbarrow. I'm going to go dump it in the other run. And then I'm going to get these girls some sand, and then this coop will be done. Okay, I'm back with a half a wheelbarrow of sand. We had 5 inches of rain over the past week, so the bark and stuff was wet, but the sand was really wet still and heavy, so I could only bring a half a wheelbarrow of it at a time. So we'll see how far that gets me. We have a couple good holes here dug, so I'm hoping they don't fill it all in with the bark, because that's where I'm trying to put the sand to give them dusting bowls. Plus, we're supposed to have some hot weather again. Oops. Next week is supposed to be in the 80s again. Can you believe it? We're in middle of November almost. I think today's the 10th or 11th. And we had a few days of really cold weather. And today it's pretty warm. You can see I'm in sleeveless shirt. You can check it out when I get it filled, girls. pad seems heavier in the shovel too. I'm gonna sleep tonight. Probably be so sore I can't move. Haven't done this much physical since gardening. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, let's bring you in so you can see the finished product form. Okay. Okay. So all along this one side over there is sand for them. They dig it out there and lay there. So I thought that'd be a good place to finish filling it up with sand. I had sand there before, but I don't know, it's like it disintegrates. I could use probably another wheelbarrow full, but I'm already getting tired and I still got another coop to finish, if I can get to it today. Okay, I'll meet you back over at the other coop and I'll show you it. Okay, so this is the second coop that we built, and this is the end that is facing north. And these windows here were repurposed. They were taken out of our house and we kept them when we remodeled. I have more in there to do other projects with, but and this end here is the nesting boxes. So it makes it real easy to open up and get the eggs. And then under this end, and of course the roof comes out past the nesting boxes. I wish it would have come out a little bit further because when it's raining and I check eggs, I still get wet. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. Their run is extended, has this additional 8x8 area underneath their chicken coop. So they really enjoy it, especially in the summertime when it's hot and they need to get out of the sun a little bit more. The late afternoon, the main part of the run does have sun, and this still allows them to get in out of the sun without having to go in the coop. In the summertime, I keep these windows wide open. We have little latches at the top, little hooks, and we just open them up this way, and then they fasten up there on the roof bracing. So I'll take you around to the other side and show you what I was talking about. So this is the west side of the coop. I keep this shade block up here because when it's hot in the summertime, it shines in there a lot. And so that does help keep a lot of the sun out. And they have this that I like to keep open most of the year. At night, I usually close the one side if it's going to be windy. In the summer, I leave this wide open all the time and just have the gate here. And then in the winter time, see these close in from both sides. And this one can just latch by itself, which is late afternoon, so I guess I'll go ahead and close that up for them. Still, it's not real cold. When it gets real cold, I'll close the other one too. They'll still have a vent up above that's about 6 inches high and I think 4 or 5 feet wide that goes into their run. And all the openings in this coop are covered with the hardware cloth instead of chicken wire. And you can't see it anymore because it's grown up. But there is predator cloth on the ground. It's just the grass has grown through it now. I staple it to the 2x and bring it out a couple of feet. And just use lawn staples to staple it down. So this is their run. It's pretty good size, especially when you add what's underneath the coop for them. And currently I only have 4 hens and 1 rooster in this coop. I have 3 more hens in this chicken tractor over here that's getting ready to go in with them. They're 5 months old now and have not started laying, and I think it might be because they're in that chicken tractor. And I have 2 more roosters over here. So I'm still trying to decide, am I going to keep that rooster? I'm thinking he's older. I'm going to, I don't know. I know that he's a good breeder because he keeps my ladies naked too often. A couple of them just went through a molt and have their feathers back real nice. But a couple, he keeps riding them and they just stay bare-backed, so, and bare-bottomed. I'm going to have to get them some chicken aprons. So this is where I was trying to figure out how to get underneath the coop, because here's the door, to get that sand back in there, and I just don't see how I'm going to be able to do it. I don't really want to have to carry it 12 feet and throw it underneath the run. I put that 1/3 part of a wheelbarrow load of the bark in here, and they've just been loving it. So I need to get them a couple more wheelbarrows full. But I wanted to kind of share this coop with you. I have 1 more brand new coop done. It's right next door. But I'm not showing it yet because I haven't showed the finishing videos on it. I did go ahead and winterize it because I'm going to put baby chicks in there. About 3 or 4 days ago, we had 16 baby chicks hatched out of 22. 8 of them are the American breasts, and 8 of them are more Easter eggers. So I'm sure that some of those are roosters. I wish they'd all be hens. And well, I want at least 1 rooster with the American breasts. We get those ladybug, Japanese bug kind of things, and they're nasty. So watch for those videos to go up soon showing that new coop. And I guess I'll get back to it and try and get some more bark in here at least for these ladies today. Okay, so I got their run except for under the coop. Composting bark in it, and they're loving it as well. Scratching it up good, getting the bugs out of it. The only thing I can think of for getting sand in that hole over there is fill up some buckets with sand. Right now it's too wet and heavy. So if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead. Take care and God bless.